Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Upton Farm. Today we're doing some very slow mowing in John Deere 7530. I believe it's the 7530. Yes it is. We've got John Deere triple butterfly mowers on here, and in real life this thing would probably be able to run these at a somewhat reasonable speed. Unfortunately this isn't real life, this is farm sim. This is the top speed. I don't quite think this is, I don't think this is a realistic speed for this at all. 3 kilometers an hour. I mean, 6 is much more like it, but yeah, I might have to get a bit of a bigger tractor for this. Oops, I've left something on that I shouldn't have. You all saw nothing. But I am using the wheel today, so you shouldn't hear too much clicking. I know there's been a few complaints about the clicking of late, and that was my keyboard. But I am using the wheel today, which means clicking should be at a minimum clickiness. The reason I'm doing mowing, I was going to do some cultivating, but unfortunately I forgot to set the class area on and ploughing early enough. So we're doing some mowing instead. I am using head tracking, if you didn't already guess, from the fact that I'm looking around like a madman. And the plan for today, well, the plan here is we're making a lot of hay. And I think this is actually going to be a silage field. Making a bunch of hay and silage, because we got 50 cows, and I kind of forgot how much hay and silage cows actually need. So I'm kind of playing catch up with the cows. Okay. We're gonna see if I can find a better tractor. So this John Deere that we're currently using has 209 horsepower. So we're gonna need to beat 209. I'd like to stay with Deere. So next best bet I think might be over here somewhere. That's the 7030. That's the one I'm using. 7810 is 175. Okay, so that's not going to cut it. That means my next best bet is probably going to be the 6R. Go with 6250R. With a front hydraulic, standard design. Yeah, we'll go with the ultimate 2 design. Oh, we can't afford that. Bear with me while I cheat. In fact, you know, if we're going big, we might as well go with the 7290R. With green starred warning panels and the new exhaust. And also the front hydraulic. So buy that. And we will get rid of the current John Deere, which is here. We'll get rid of that entirely. Get rid of money off. And now we get to cheat a small bit because otherwise it's just not going to work. 99 F11. We're up here by field 40. Nope, don't want to tilt that. Just having to play around with these things right now. That's interesting that some of these kind of go a bit weird and break. Right, where's the mowers? There they are. So we shouldn't have we shouldn't have any issues. That light is going to get on my nerves. Shouldn't have any issues from here on out with the power. The green power. So let's get moving at a much more reasonable 6 kilometers an hour. Now that I've added the better part of 100 horsepower to the tractor. We're just not going to get moving too quickly at all, are we? But having a 6 hour or 7 hour on this looks a bit more right. It doesn't look as out of scale as it was. Now, we do have some cultivating that can be done as well, and well, we don't have cultivating to do, we've got windrowing to be doing. I think all the tedding's done. I think I've decided on what fields I want for hay. So that's all done. We need to get the windrowing done in every field so far, and there's a couple more that I need to mow yet. Let's get rid of all the HUD stuff. Let's just look at this as a pure John Deere experience. Seeing as I don't use John Deere much, I don't tend to go with the green too much. I'll let you guys enjoy the fact that I'm actually using it for once. Albeit slowly. This is my foot. This is like flat out, foot down, cannot go any faster. And it's still kinda just wallowing about because these mowers require buttloads of power. Although now we're moving at a reasonable rate. Now we're motoring. And I know I said this is going to be the smaller equipment map of the two, because I will be doing West Coast as well. Once that's out. I'm looking forward to that map. I said this is going to be the less powerful map. It still is, bizarrely. Even though I've got a 300 horsepower tractor, this is still the smaller horsepower map. I just kind of... I didn't want to spend forever mowing with like a side offset mower. So maybe I should have done this during the stream. No, don't reverse too far. If you hear clicking now, that's me panicking with the gear stick of my G27, because it does have a habit of not fully engaging for some reason. Although I think it's probably my own fault. In fact, it's almost definitely my own fault. There we go. So, I've had a few streams over the weekend. If you didn't see them, you missed some really fun streams. Lots of people in there. Lots of fun was had. Lots of mowing got done. You guys are a bit mad for the mowing at the moment, it seems. So, I'm going to indulge you guys with some mowing. Despite Thornton primarily being a series where I mowed the grass. And we are... Ooh, that's a pretty picture. But we're only doing the mowing at the moment. As a means to an end, we need to feed the cows. Now, they are somewhat fed at the moment. But they do need to be fed some more. And simply put, they need more food than I currently have, effectively. And I'd like to have a store so that I don't have to be, you know, worrying about hay and silage the whole time, which is why I'm going a bit mental with the grass work at the moment. Now the harvest is pretty much all done. I think I've got all the barley fields. It's just a cornfield left to do. And that's going to be a fun one to figure out, because I'll need to, I think, sell the barley to try and get a corn header for the combine so that I can get the corn, so that I can sell the corn, so that things can continue. Now, of course, the alternate solution because there is an alternate solution, is to rent a forage harvester and go ham with that on the corn, make some silage, and make money that way. I think I don't have BJ extension in. If I do have it in, something is flying like right over my tractor at the moment, and I'm not entirely sure what it is. If I don't have, or if I do have BJ extension in, I'll have to take it out. Which mower is folding? Hey, I had them correctly selected. So let's get the hub back up, because I need the map to figure out where I'm going next. This is where it gets fun, because I'm having to try and get my way out through these gateways. Beacons need to be on because we're on the road. Let's see, that field is going to be next. That is owned by us. You might notice there's a lot of fields that have no numbers. A lot of the grass fields have no numbers. They're the ones that are player owned from the beginning. They're the ones you own on this map from the very, very beginning. It's mainly grass, I believe, that you start off with. Private property, no trespassing. Well, it's our private property, I think. If it's not, well, it is now. There's that sound again. Doesn't seem to be attached to anything in particular. I'm gonna say it's a stealth bomber flying overhead. It's the world's most advanced stealth bomber because it's so advanced and so stealthy that you can't even see it with the naked eye. I know stealth technology usually refers to radar and all sorts of technology like that, but no, this stealth bomber is so stealthy you can't even see it with the naked eye. So let's continue the mowing here. We will, after doing this field, actually, now I'm trying to think, do I want to finish doing this field on camera, or do I want to do it off camera later on, just to have it done so you can move on quickly? I could do some windrowing instead. Because I would like to get some baling done, not today, but in tomorrow's video I'd like to do some baling. Now there are a couple of fields already prepared for baling, so I could theoretically have done it today, but I figured why should I when I can just as easily do some mowing and get that side of things figured out and finished. Now for those of you that missed the streams, we're going to be making two different types of bales here. We're going to be making hay bales, which are going to be square bales, and the silage bales are going to be round bales. So that is two different balers we'll be using. And the reason we're making round silage bales is because, honestly, UK and Ireland, you don't really make that many square silage bales. Or you don't see that many. I know there's a lot of people make them, but definitely around where I live, not many square silage bales. It's always, in fact it is always rounds. Mainly done with the likes of a McHale Fusion. If I get four-wheel drive and diff locks going, will that help? If I raise the front more, will that help? No. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, now we got four-wheel drive and diff locks. This should hopefully get up this hill. Nope. Okay. Point taken, John Deere. Let's skirt around it this way then. It's amazing what a couple of meters difference will do. You know, one spot you get completely and utterly stuck, you move over a couple of feet and then suddenly you're not stuck and cruising away. Despite the fact that you're effectively covering the same ground. Now this is looking incredibly good. Doesn't matter. It doesn't particularly matter how clean it is and how neat the lanes are. Of course, it'll be getting windrowed, so the main thing is just that the grass gets cut. Of course, neatness is just how efficient you're being, so let's try and be a bit more efficient, I guess. Like so. Once we got the second headland done, we can move in and just do straight lines. Do the uppy downies, because the headlands are just so that I can turn around effectively. I've just realised theoretically I could have turned around to the end of the field and, you know, done a second headland like that, but yeah, didn't think I'd like that. My phone is going insane for the last like week. It's amazing. Kind of off-putting, but amazing nonetheless. So let's get this headland done, and then we can start going up and down the field pretty quickly. Definitely a lot quicker now that we're using the 7R as opposed to the 75/30. Kind of annoyed that the 75/30 wasn't good enough to do this, I'll be honest, but such is life. You need to realize your mistakes quickly. And that was one of them. Theoretically now that's a second headland done. This is technically a third headland down this stretch, but it's just so that I can get over to the bit that I want to do the uppy downies on. Which will be here. I don't know if you could actually hear the little whir there from my wheel, but I managed to spin it fast enough to get the the gears whirring in it. Because sometimes you are forced to throw the wheel in odd ways just to make sure that it gets the right, well, gets to where you want it as quickly as you want it. How is the Arion doing? It is doing very, very well. It's not working on the headlands yet. I've got it set on a course that has 6 headlands. So it's kind of quite a distance into the field. But the headland passes, the first few will be fine, I think. It's going to be the last couple of headland passes for that Arion that I'm going to be a bit concerned about. But they're the ones that I wouldn't mind doing myself, because that's the majority of the work done. I know you guys tend to not like watching me plow up fields, so that's why I've got Courseplay running on that. I have said that I'd use Courseplay. I'm using Courseplay. It's going to mainly be used for plowing, I think. But it just saves me having to do it myself. Off camera. Because I do like having forced plowing on, and you know, it saves a bit of time. I know if I had to force playing off, that, you know, I could continue on regardless and not need to use Courseplay, but kind of like using Courseplay at the same time. This is going well. Now Courseplay is actually taking money. I don't have Courseplay set up to be 100% free. I don't personally like that. I mean, it's Courseplay, yeah, it's ridiculously expensive, but at the same time you would be paying somebody to do the work for you. You wouldn't expect somebody to come in, take your tractor and just do work for free. Most of the time. I know there's some people who genuinely do like just go around and work with farms for free. Mainly apprentices and people who want experience. They'll go and say, hey, can I help you out and get like experience and stuff, and I'll do it for free, and that's fine. But real life, real world, not all that often that happens. People tend to like having money. Because money is surprisingly rather important. And on that note, I've got a Patreon. Now, I had to make a little joke about money, people on YouTube. But on a serious / joke note, moving on from that joke, if you guys want to help support me like more financially, if you want to donate some cash on a monthly basis, there's a Patreon that you can use. It's in the description, and you don't get anything special in particular because I don't like the idea of paywalling content, especially on YouTube. So basically Patreon is for people who want to give their money and get nothing in return except my thanks. Which I think is fair. It's actually the fairest option I could come up with for everybody. We'll use this thing to windrow. Close your eyes because we're about to go flying. Zoom. Where's the windrower? There it is. Hopefully this thing can power it. I'm going to use the keyboard just to get over here. Oh, I've gone and tried to set this up in the wrong direction. Well done, Dave. Very well done. Can this run the windrower? It can run the windrower. Fantastic. I did say in yesterday's stream I was going to look at getting a different windrower. Haven't had the time to do that yet. I've literally I finished the stream having food handed to me. I've eaten the food, eaten more food, had a cup of tea, and now I'm recording. The life of a fat guy. I've eaten again, had a cup of tea, and now I'm recording. It's like 9:10. Just after that. So 2 hours after the stream ended, I'm finally getting around to doing the video. So I've pretty much all we need to do at the moment, other than the ploughing, obviously, is well, cultivating and seeding and spraying and all that good stuff. But the most important thing, I think, is just making sure the cows are fed, because that's going to be reliable income on a more of a steady basis. Also, I'm not entirely sure how it's become 6:34 in the evening. I have not been playing this map for 12 hours already, have I? I may well have, actually. Come to think of it. That's kind of impressive. Drink of water, because I've forgotten to drink water most of today. There we go. There we go. Nice drink of water done. So now we've got 2 headlands in. I am gonna just make a straight line here. Actually, it doesn't particularly matter if it's in a perfectly straight line, does it? The reason, I'm not a farmer. You can call me out on this. I believe the reason that harvesting is done as perfectly straight line is to align the crops so they don't get ripped up too much. Whereas when you're windrowing and mowing and stuff, it doesn't matter too much because grass is a lot more resilient than, as silly as it sounds, grass is a lot more resilient than straw. And like barley, wheat, canola and all that kind of stuff. And can stand up to being pushed around a bit more because it's able to grow in more conditions. It's a bit of a more resilient crop. So on a rather romantic note, we're windrowing at night. It's coming into evening. Got a lovely little Deutz fire tractor here. The Faye's going to be very happy with. I'm not abandoning stuff everywhere, well, I am abandoning stuff everywhere, which Faye is not going to be very happy with. But we are preparing to get some baling done. We're going to get probably the Massey on the Massey baler, the Deutz on the Class baler, and we'll get bales done in fairly short order, I hope. But this is going very, very well indeed. So you got nice, decent-sized windrows. Maybe not as big as I'd like, but they're decent sized. We'll get a good few bales out of this field. We'll get a good few bales out of all the fields. Moving the bales is not going to be fun. As I've discovered that the bale trailers I have are hilariously unstable. So I might have to resort to using one of my cheaty bale trailers, unfortunately. The auto stackers, which would be a bit of a shame. But if I've got no choice, I've got no choice. If nothing else is stable, I'm not exactly left with a decision, because I don't want to be running around for half the time on this map trying to unflip the bale trailer. Even with the teleport mod, I don't want to be trying to unflip the bale trailer constantly. So we're going to get the rest of this field done here, and we're going to call this a video. I must say Lancey has done incredibly well with this map. I've heard a lot of people giving it a lot of praise, and I think the best way to describe this map, people get confused when Landy gives it praise. Landy keeps saying it's a really grungy map, and people think that means, you know, it's ugly, he doesn't like it. No, 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 no. This map is beautifully ugly. It's one of these maps that it feels like a farm. It feels real. And the people who have real life farms will tell you that real life farming isn't all perfect and isn't all clean and all tidy. There's a lot of mud and a lot of rust involved. And it is a dirty job. So with Lancyboi creating a very dirty, ugly map, he's created a truly beautiful map. It's one of these weird situations where ugly is beautiful and beautiful is ugly. And praise sounds like an insult. No, this is... It's kind of like if you've ever watched The Addams Family. The kind of mentality they have, where the most ugly things in the world are probably the most beautiful to them. This map is kind of like that. It's ugly in all the right ways and beautiful in all the right ways. The ugliness helps it. You know, the fact that there's buildings that have no purpose whatsoever other than just being there and being half rotten helps the map. The fact that there's mud everywhere helps the map. The fact that, you know, there's bits of weeds growing up through your crops no matter what you do helps the map. The fact that it just kind of all comes off building wise and kind of environment wise as rough and ready, yet you know Lancey's intentionally placed everything where it is, makes it a beautiful map. It's got that feeling of a real farm and a real place, and that's kind of hard to make in farm sim, because everybody always wants to make their maps shiny, but it's the map makers like Lancey who throw a bit of ugly into the mix. Just put a bit of ugliness in and just kind of rough things up a bit. Take off the shine, scratch it with sandpaper. They're the maps that are truly beautiful. They're the maps that more people feel like are real, I guess. But then again, a lot of pretty maps people feel the same way about. It's a really unusual thing. But yeah, Upton Farm, ugly in all the right ways. I'm gonna call this a video, guys. I've done a bit more than I said I would. I'm starting to windrow up the grass for silage. I will leave you guys by saying I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Upton Farm. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, stay safe. And goodbye.